Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad that you're here. Today is going to be a fun video because I'm going to give you a very easy, quick recipe that can make your breakfast a lot simpler. Today we're going to be making granola, but we're going to actually be making sourdough discard granola. So we're going to use sourdough discard to help bind things together, and we're going to put a lot of yummy stuff in it. So you are definitely going to want to watch this video, copy the recipe, and make this for your family. One of the things about when it comes to breakfast, really any meal, you're always looking for ideas. I know I am, because you get tired of eating the same thing over and over and over. I love granola. I love to top it or put it as a topping on yogurt. I like to do it in a acai bowl. And I like to, sometimes I'll eat it for cereal, but usually I'm doing it with one of those two things or as a topping for something. And I'm real finicky about my granola. There's one kind that I like, and it's French vanilla almond. That's like the main kind that I usually like. There's another kind that I just started recently buying it as well that has like blueberries in it and coconut flakes. But y'all, it is like $8 a bag. And so I splurge, but I'm like, and the bag is little too. It is tiny. Once my husband put his big old hand in there and I put my hand in there a couple of times, the bag is gone. And then there's another granola that I get from Target that I really like. But again, it's $7. When I first started buying it years ago, it was like $4. So grocery prices, inflation, and the thing is, I know how to make granola. It's just a matter of doing it. I used to make my own granola all the time, and I haven't made my own granola in it's been at least 2 years. So I'm gonna get back on it, but today I'm trying a new recipe. I tasted this somewhere, and it was absolutely amazing. So I thought I would give it a try, and I would show you as well. Okay, before we jump into the granola, I wanna pause and thank the sponsor of this video, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with therapists if you're going through any type of anxiety, depression, or need somebody to talk to. If you click the link in my bio, the very first link, you will receive a 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is so easy to use. All you do is you go to the site, fill out a questionnaire, and they will match you with a therapist in as little as 48 hours. A therapist that is right for you or a really good fit. I use BetterHelp, and I love the therapist that they connected me with. And so I can't stress enough about if this is the time of year in the spring when you're battling with anxiety, maybe you had a whole list of New Year's resolutions that you just simply haven't done yet and you're down, or maybe the weather's affecting your mood, or just the climate that's going on in the world. I cannot recommend enough that it's important to have therapy and to talk to someone that is safe and that you can trust. And so BetterHelp is a great recommendation and a solution for that. One of the things that I love about BetterHelp is the convenience. You can talk to your therapist via video, via phone, or text. So go to the link in my bio, click that link, and you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy. So let's talk about this breakfast. And again, I guess granola doesn't have to be just breakfast. You can eat it kind of any time of the day. But if you love granola, put it down in the comments. Let me know below. And then also let me know, what is your favorite granola combination? Like I said, I'm pretty simple. I do French vanilla almond, and there's one that I bought recently that has like the blueberries and stuff in it. But I don't get into all that chocolate chip and maple syrup, maple brown sugar. Like, I want my granola to have nuts. Like, that is an absolute positively must. It's not granola if it don't have nuts, if it's on my plate. So anyway, let's get into it. And I think that you will find this enjoyable. Now you may be saying, well, Barbara, what if I don't have sourdough? You need to get some sourdough. You need to get on the sourdough train. Y'all know I love talking about sourdough. I haven't done a sourdough video in a while, so definitely more will be coming. But if you want to get into sourdough, I do sell a sourdough starter on our website. You can go to our website and buy a dehydrated sourdough starter. Also, I am going to be selling fresh sourdough starter. That means it is not dehydrated, it is fresh, and that you're going to get it in a fresh state, and then all you have to do is mix it with flour and water, and literally within 24 hours, you'll be ready to bake. If you're interested in the fresh sourdough starter versus the dehydrated, then say me below, hey, say, Barbara, I want the fresh or whatever, and I will send you a link to purchase it. Only thing that you missed was that I took the oats that we're going to use for this recipe and I put them in the oven at 300 for 5 minutes. So the timer just went off. Let me go pull those out and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to whip up this granola. Okay, so the recipe that I'm using, I am actually tripling the recipe, so ×3. So I will put the recipe in the description box for one recipe, but remember what I'm doing is ×3, because if I'm gonna do one, I might as well do 3, and I have a big enough pan where I can fit 3 servings. So the first ingredient is rolled oats. So you wanna make sure that you use rolled oats and not quick oats for your granola. So it's gonna be, you know, the texture that looks, you know, like that and not the quick oats, okay? So it's 2 cups of rolled oats, and you're gonna put that in the oven for 5 minutes just to lightly toast on the temperature 300. So of course we did 6 cups because we're tripling the recipe, okay? So then you're gonna have a bowl for your wet ingredients and then a bowl for your dry ingredients. So let's go ahead and get our dry ingredients ready first. And so I have my recipe here. So 2 cups of the oats. I'll go get them, I'm gonna let them cool off just a tad. So we have that, and then we're gonna do, it says 2/3 cup of whole cashews, but I'm gonna do something different. Instead of cashews, I'm actually going to use pecans. And so I have my chopped pecans here, and 2/3 cup ×3 now. I should have did this math. I kind of decided in the spur of the moment I was gonna triple it. I was gonna double it, but then I decided to triple it. I probably should have done the math ahead of time, but I didn't. So we're gonna go for it. So 2/3 ×3, let's see, let me do some quick math. 2/3 plus 2/3 would be 1 1/3. So then 2/3 plus that would be 2 cups. Okay, easy. And again, I'm the kind of person, like, if I put 2 versus 2 1/4, it ain't gonna matter, right? Because it ain't gonna matter. It's granola. I like a lot of nuts anyway, so it ain't gonna bother me. Okay, so that's the nuts. I'm using that in place of the cashews. If you want to use cashews, you absolutely can, but I didn't want to use cashews. I like cashews, but I love pecans. Okay, so then next, 1/3 cup of pumpkin seeds. So ×3, that's gonna be a cup of pumpkin seeds. So you can see I have this big old, big old jar of pumpkin seeds because my husband loves pumpkin seeds. These are raw pumpkin seeds, so these are not roasted and salted and all of that. These are raw. So we're gonna use a cup of this. And pumpkin seeds are very good for you, but they're especially good for men. They have a lot of zinc and they're very good for prostrate. So I like that. And you're probably thinking, I ain't never seen pumpkin seeds in granola. But when I tell you, it's gonna be good. It's so good. Okay, and then we need some salt and some walnuts. So let me go ahead and do the walnuts because I got that right here. So we need a 1/2 cup of walnuts, so ×3, that would be 1 1/2 cup of walnuts. So, and I'm gonna chop these, so let me go get my chopper right quick. Okay, I'm just gonna use my little handy Pampered Chef chopper and chop these so they're not so big and whole. On a side note, y'all, I love me some Pampered Chef. Okay, if there is anybody on this video that sells Pampered Chef, holla at me, okay? When I tell you I love Pampered Chef, I love Pampered Chef. So I used to, fun fact, I used to sell Pampered Chef when I was my last year of college, and then right after that. I sold it for maybe, it was less than a year. It wasn't extremely long. But that's when I was first introduced to the product and I fell in love with it. And I was good at selling it too. Because I mean, you go to people's houses and cook and show them the products and then you get free products. That's the only reason I was really selling it, because I wanted the free products, because I was a poor college student. And that's the reason why I was selling it. But I love Pampered Chef. I cannot say enough great things. And y'all, let's see. I graduated from college in '99. Yeah, look at this. I have had this since then. Everything that I have bought from Pampered Chef, unless my kids broke it or my husband, it's still kicking. It is still kicking. Okay, so let me put this over here. And then we need salt. And it says a half a teaspoon of salt, so that means 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Yeah, I'm saying this out loud, so if in case I mess up, I can go back and hear what I really did. Okay. So that's 1. Okay, that's 1.5. You always want to add salt to your granola. It brings out the other flavors. And then we need cinnamon, and it says a teaspoon of cinnamon, so that means 3 teaspoons, which 3 teaspoons equals a tablespoon. And then that's all of our dry ingredients right there. Okay, that's it. So that's all the stuff right there except the oats. So now we can pour our oats in there. Now let's see if I can get this in here without making, you know what, a complete and total mess. I'm just gonna lift it up, by the parchment paper. And again, all I did was I put this in the oven for 5 minutes. So that they're not completely raw, they're just lightly toasted, which is gonna make for a better product. Okay, so that's our little parchment paper. This is cooled off, and we'll just pour the little excess right on in there. Okay, perfect. So that is all of our dry ingredients. I'm gonna lay this parchment paper out back again. So that's that. So now let's do our wet ingredients. So we need a half a cup of sourdough discard, which means I need 1.5 cups of sourdough discard. So let me go grab that, and then also I need a spatula. The other thing I like about this recipe is that it uses discard. So you don't have to have an active starter to use it. You can use active starter, but you don't need it. You can just use your discard. So how much do we need? A half a cup, so we need 1.5 cups. So it's a great way, to use your discard. So you could do this like on a Monday or Sunday, like to prep your meals for the week and have granola for the week and use your discard and then feed your starter and bake bread for the week. A great way to use it up. Okay, so that's that. Next is 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which means we need 3/4 cup of maple syrup. So I also like that the ingredients are relatively healthy. So we're gonna add that in. And then all the nuts, like the pumpkin seeds, I mean, that's a great way to get your pumpkin seeds in as well. Then we need brown sugar. I'm not sure whether they didn't put the brown sugar with the dry ingredients, but okay. It says 1/4 cup, so that means 3/4 cup. So we're gonna use the cup and then just do 3/4 cup. Okay, we got that. 1/4 cup of coconut oil. So again, that will be 3/4 cup. That's the end of that. I have another one right here. Let me know if you guys have made your own granola before. It's so easy. And I can't remember if I've done a video before of me making my regular granola. I think I have, but I want to say it's probably, if I did, it's probably one of my older videos. If I have done it, I'll link it up here. And then we need a teaspoon of vanilla and then 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. So y'all got flaxseed in it too. So that's gonna help you with fiber, which is great, all in one thing. So I got the flaxseed right here. So 2 tablespoons, that would be 6 tablespoons. And then it's ground up, so nobody's gonna know what's in here, right? But you're getting your fiber. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love that. And then let me go grab the vanilla. And then it also says that you can put miso in here, which is optional. It says it gives it a cool umami flavor, but I don't have any miso. So let me go grab the vanilla, and y'all, we're done. And then for the vanilla, we need a teaspoon. So that's really a tablespoon when we do that times 3. Yummy vanilla. And y'all, that's it. So we're gonna stir this up. And so what I love is that every ingredient that I use, I know what it is. There's no polysodium, you know, there's nothing that I cannot pronounce. It's all natural, healthy stuff, which is great. So I think we just mix the two together. Yep. Mix the dry ingredients together, mix the wet ingredients together, then combine both. And so we're gonna pour this in with our dry ingredients. Get all of this goodness. And then we're gonna mix all of these together. So this right here, you have your nuts, you have pumpkin seeds, you have flaxseed, which is fiber, and then you have the sourdough discard. So then you get your probiotic, which is good for your digestion system. So this is much healthier than a sugary laden granola that you're gonna buy in the store. And you can see it was relatively easy. If I wasn't talking, this could have been done in less than 10 minutes. I spent more time gathering the ingredients than I did actually doing it. So I'm just mixing all this together. Okay, y'all, I added me some more pecans. Why? Because I can. And because I like nuts. So that's another thing. The beauty of making your own food, you can make it how you like it and make it your own. Okay, I think this is good and mixed. That is what it looks like. Now we're gonna spread it onto our baking sheet. This will be great also on a charcuterie board, just as a snack. And then also, do you guys like big chunks of granola, like a big chunk? Chunky, or you like it like more individual pieces? I like mine more chunky, I think. So I still got a little bit left in here. We're gonna get all of this in here. It smells good, like you can smell it already. It smells like cinnamon like, and you can smell the maple syrup. You can smell the brown sugar. Okay, there we go. I am going to put this in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to check it at 30 and see if it's as brown as we want it. And I'll let you know when we take it out of the oven and what it looks like. Y'all, I'm back. Now, I know the proper thing to do is I should have took you over to the stove and let you see the finished product and all its glory and pretty and all that. I'm going to do that. But right now, y'all, this granola is good. I gave some to my husband. I wish I had the camera rolling when he first tasted it. Honey, come on this side. Now, there you go with the height. Come on now. Quit trying to act like I gotta adjust the camera. Go ahead, tell me what you think.
Yo, I'm gonna be real honest. It caught me by surprise, I'll be real honest. Like, I mean, I know my wife can cook. That's not even the question. But when I tasted it, the taste was perfect. The texture was perfect. It had seeds in it. It's got, and I love pumpkin seeds. So
I told him you love pumpkin seeds.
I love pumpkin seeds. So I see pumpkin seeds in my granola. Then she tell me there's flax seed in it and there's other stuff in it. Y'all, you know what my response was? This is sellable.
But it is not going to be for sale.
But
it is for home use.
But what I can tell you is I personally am not eating cereal from the store after today. She just signed up to make cereal for me. So I'm just saying it was that good. I'm not eating granola from any other store.
Yes, he is.
No. Mark my word. It was that good. It really is that good.
Okay, honey, can you bring it over here? Get the pot holder. Mm-hmm. He's going to bring the pan over here so y'all can see the finished product on the pan. And then I'm going to just like break it up into chunks. And I really need like one of these big jars like I got these pumpkin seeds in to put it in because a regular old mason jar is not going to work. I really need... Okay, y'all. So... Can you, don't burn me. Can you see that? So this is what it looks like. The texture. Did you hear that crunch? So good. Okay. You can put it down. Y'all. Run, don't walk. Go make you some of this. So good. So very good. And y'all saw how easy it was. A bowl for the wet ingredients, a bowl for the dry ingredients. Put the oats in the oven for 5 minutes. Mix your dry ingredients together, mix your wet ingredients together, then mix them both together. Put them in the oven. So I ended up cooking it for like 40 minutes because I wanted it extra crunchy. That's it. Literally, you get all your ingredients out, you can whip it up in 10 minutes. And I tripled the best. You can see how big that pan is. That is not your regular size cookie sheet. That is, if you look in your standard size oven, that cookie sheet fits the whole bottom rack. It's like custom, custom size for my oven. So that's not your regular cookie sheet. So that's 3 times the recipe. It's so good. You can really just eat it by itself as a snack. But I was saying, I was telling honey, you can like put it on top of yogurt. You can eat it in a cereal or just as a snack or whatever else.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, this is I've been talking on this emergency prep. This will also be good to make and put in some Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber. I think that will work. I think that will work. And then you can have it as a snack in your long-term storage, or if you're going on like vacation to the beach, just if you want like a nice healthy snack or something to munch on and chew on, this is the ticket right here. This is the ticket. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen today. I hope that you will make this recipe. It's very, very simple. I will attach the recipe in the description below. And remember, y'all, all of this is a journey. Let's do it together. I'll see you next time, friend.